Grot. Look, they marched in with no one. Envoy, what does the Garot... It's an outrage. They broke some glass. They didn't think...
Right now, that's a good thing.
If you're looking for survivors...
How many?
I'm not sure. I am sorry, You always...
We should move.
Envoy, wait! I do...
Why is there snow here?
That's gotta be Ringgrim's work. I heard she made it snow with the shadow scar.
We meet again, Envoy. And you, Yardsley.
Oh, yes, always.
Paradise burns. Thanks to Ludwine and the steel garrote.
She must have come back to life. Again. I suppose we...
It's remarkable how hard you mortals fight for causes that'll be... Still, I do think the world has been irrevocably, if... Perhaps. A new god being set loose on the world is certain to have consequences. Mostly, I'm curious about whether you think you've made... Ah, that mortal zeal. Oh, I am interested in seeing the outcome of your story, Envoy. Oh, mortal comforts are so very adorable. Goodbye, Envoy. And Yardsley, I do look forward to when all of this is done.
Oh, yes.
Do we even know what we're doing here?
I don't know if Paradise burns from it. Yes.
What's the plan if Paradise falls?
We will find a way to... Whatever the outcome, if Edir and Estil, future generations, but only if that is all you... That's as much as us. Do the right thing.
Giata, where have you been? Envoy, I knew you'd show up eventually.
It's good to see a familiar
My revenants were just getting comfortable in Thirdborn. When I heard tensions were brewing, I thought to myself, this is... Likewise. I'll keep them on a tight leash, just in case the Steel Garrote breach our defenses. Better to have them and... Oh, and I've been meaning to thank you. Whatever you did in the garden seems to have worked. My revenants are docile again. No more... Indeed. The metaphysical currents of the living... Best of luck out there.
Thank you, Elia. My compliments to the flock, as always.
Enjoy the time with your flock.
The Envoy. Is that you?
I don't want to go to Yesma.
Envoy, how did you... I don't know. You just appeared out of nowhere.
Close enough.
Once word about Paradise reached us, we were...
That's not important, right?
Right. Forgive me, Envoy. I won't keep you long. As much as you can. Yes, but more than...
What Radut is saying, Envoy, is that we know the adherents can put us through.
I'd just like for us to live lives that it's going to be up to you.
When we strike as Pardrunet, we strike as one.
Envoy, I just hope we made the right decision. Those ruins are priceless, and I don't know that I'll ever Usually, I know. Things have been... I was able to ask questions. Of course. Though I sense that you're not fully aware of this. I'll let you wait back at the camp like a good... But to go through the trials ourselves? Oh, could we... Fascinating. I can't imagine what it was like to grow up a godlike. I'm glad. Well, I have to start writing this, but do return if you think of any other juicy details. Sweet dreams, Envoy.
There you are, Envoy. Understood. I guess it helps we have a god. This is just cleanup. Someone once told me that war is... Anyway, you should get some... It's not that I don't want to. Talk to you later, Envoy. I came here to help you do whatever you're supposed to do with your god friend. Instead, strange. I will... No, it's been a bit of a ride on... I think maybe this is... I have no business being in the middle of all this. Well, how am I supposed to feel? A lot has happened since we met. You cured the dreams, like I say. Right. Feels like something... I should... Talk to you later, Envoy. I guess we're real... Well, how am I supposed to feel? A lot has happened since you cured... Like... Oh, come on. Feels like something... Talk to you later, Envoy.
Oh, this and in a way, they... Generous? This whole experience has me... Look at what my mother accomplished. When you speak to a god, it's nothing. No animancer can live up to that. I thought their legacy was a curse. I suppose I have been... One thing is certain. I wanted to tame the spirit of the living land. Perhaps, as long as... I believe the power flowing out of the garden drove this... Through animancy, we could help the living lands recover. Then again, who am I to interfere with an Sapadal is healing? Maybe the... On the other hand, I think I know what I want. I have a lot of catching up to, so be it. I knew they would be. Now I just have to... I've only got one... Hey, you helped me through...
Jada's parents would be proud.
I'll keep watch. Get all the rest you need.
So those green... people in the garden, those weren't your parents?
No. They were Sapadal's dreams given life. Ancient sentinels bound by loyalty.
And they were plants because...
Because that's all Sapadal knew how to make. A smithy smith.
Envoy? Is it really you? Mihala told us you went into some place called the Garden.
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
What did you see there? The god you felt in Nakutadek?
The origin of the Dream Scourge? It was the act of a god.
Everyone, please, please. We could get to the bottom of this if you would only let...
It's been weeks, Envoy. What happened?
Sapadal was responsible for the Dream Scourge. Their rage, their confusion.
But the plague isn't over. Dream Thralls...
There won't be any new infections. We've put a stop to that for good. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those already in the grip of the Dream Scourge. We can give them comfort. This will be a process. The Dream Scourge...
I suppose it stands to reason. I found that a quick fix is often anything... What of this god, then? What does it mean that you freed them? Ludwig had intimated that this land grew a new god.
Giata and I have some theories about the nature of the Adra in the living lands.
I'd say we're past the point of the...
If the Adra here is a closed system, like a terrarium for our souls, then a gradual accumulation of essence could coalesce into a being in the big...
Much like the formation of gemstones. All it takes...
Wodka no doubt saw Sapadal as a threat to her authority. So, she killed the...
I assume it is this god we have to thank for the root. They erupted from the earth the moment those bastards stood up their first siege tower.
Nakutadek was raven with those things. Not to mention what they did to the...
We saw similar destruction at Nakuku Bell. If these roots and the Dream Scourge are the work of a god, and the gods thought it best to imprison this god...
Let's hope they don't decide to further amend themselves.
It was Adir's arrival that disturbed Sapadal. We'll have nothing to fear from this god once we expel you from our land.
Sapadal's power ravaged my people. I don't know that I can ever trust it.
Keeping watch over Sapadal was a sacred task Nanru gave us when he left. For that reason alone,
Well, whatever happens, I suppose we can't put the godling back in the bottle now. But come, we have more pressing matters to attend to. Inquisitor Ludwig has already joined the battle. She must have traveled like...
You did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking. Just to be sure.
Well, she's seen better days, but you wouldn't know it, judging...
Ludwig's plowed through the militia like a knife through warm butter.
All right, let's keep the similes to ourselves.
Oh, cheer up. You wouldn't be the first to make that mistake. Might not be the last either, depending on it. So long as her passion for Wodika lives, so too will her spirit.
Then we destroy her faith, and the rest... I have a theory about this. Let's talk at camp if you want to hear it.
Oh, good.
It is not, Well, you might not believe me, but I didn't want any of this to happen. It was Ludwig who called for the attack.
I didn't hear an answer, Ambassador.
She and her steel garrote laid siege to the city shortly after you beat.
We've had no news from inside for several days. From what we can observe, southern Paradis is in pieces, and the remaining militia batters at the gates to no avail.
Is there nothing our people can do?
Given the state of our supply routes after the Dream Scourge and the Steel Garrote, we expect the people trapped inside will run short of fresh food and clean water in a matter of days.
We brought as many Hale and Abel from Thirdborn as would come. But after the Dream Scourge and our losses from Nakuku Bell, we could spare so few. I worry it won't be enough.
Likewise, my wardens are still reeling from effects of the eruption. The keep was saved, but there is much to repair, particularly if we are to endure a siege. Most of my men remain at the keep. I can't risk them against the Steel Garrote for the sake of Paradis, not when we are so few.
The lawful settlement of a new Adirian colony, supposedly. Or the establishment of a Wodekin state. She could win with a godlike in her ranks. Your presence would... Somewhere inside that hollow head of hers, I believe she always hoped she'd turn you to her side. Remember, she has an obligation to Wodica, and neither the Steel Garrote nor the queen that was look kindly upon oathbreakers.
Because a victory here would discourage resistance elsewhere. The better question is...
Excuse me? She's a 7-foot-tall skeleton powered by her devotion to the goddess of retribution. This isn't my...
Sure. Just blame the dead woman.
Who else should I blame exactly? Our envoy, perhaps? For not stopping...
You could start with blaming your own...
Ludwig's the muscle. I'm merely the personality. What was I supposed to...
What good are you as a diplomat if you can't even keep your own...
The Inquisitor was so convinced the Living Lands would unite against Adir that she's nearly one people, one law, one true God. That's... What passes between Ludwig and her men, or between Ludwig and the Emperor, for that matter, is not my affair. But if I had to guess, this was...
Your empire is doing what it does best.
Your republics are hardly any different. Their intentions in the Deadfire were so...
As you say, we left the republics for a reason.
The Inquisitor answers only to... In attacking Paradis, she has dragged us all... I've answered your questions. Now I would like you all... Ludwig has sent a message to the Emperor informing him of her attack. He will send advisors and reinforcements swiftly in response. What will his representatives find when they arrive? A new colony? A budding grave room? Before you face Ludwig, you should know what you're fighting for. All of you. But whatever you decide, understand, the days of the frontier are done. Adir will come. Indeed. Oh, envoy, no. Do not suggest... Think of the Emperor. There would... Ones which this conclave could not survive. Not unless you came together and formed a nation. It would be difficult. No, impossible. Think of your people, all of you.
We deserve our autonomy, even if we must fight for it. Anything less would be surrender.
Fleeing someone else's laws and authority is one thing, setting up your own is another. We're an island of misfits and dissidents. We'll still have to surrender some of our autonomy, and we won't agree on what that means overnight. We'll be vulnerable. Without allies, other powers will see us as ripe for the picking. Know that this is a hard road to walk.
We were fine before Adir came. We'll be fine when they're gone.
I think we ran things perfectly fine before your kin got here.
Rest into bounty. Does the winter frost dissuade the seeds? Many fruits on our boughs. We graft many leaves into strength.
Though I'm hardly eager to work with any of you, I like the idea of twisting beneath Adir's boot heel, so long as the Wardens can continue our vigil.
It's a nice idea, but consider the costs. If we walk away from a relationship with Adir, we're leaving. But the people of Thirdborn have friends in the world. I'm sure we'd find our...
With the Envoy's support, we'd have a god in our pocket. Work together, we could repair Thior. It would be the honor of...
Of course. Well, don't... Oh, gods have mercy.
Solus and her Wardens stand vigil with the living lands.
By grit and steel, Thirdborn stands with the living lands.
Thior and her animancers stand with the living lands.
We deserve this opportunity. Thank you for believing in us.
Fighting a battle together is easy. I just hope everyone's willing to stick it out when it comes to the politics.
God, they made the right decision for once.
Finally, some sense permeates the proceedings.
On your head be the consequences. That leaves the matter of Ludwine and the Steel Garrote. She will never surrender, Envoy. You must kill her, or we will lose Paradis, and eventually the island.
The living lands will never be free until we break the chain around our necks. Ludwig...
She better say her goodbyes.
I'm proud to fight at your side, Envoy.
Let's get to work then. We got a walking corpse to...
The Paradis militia will be at your back. Give her no quarter. The future waits for you.
Thank you for deserving it. Now, go and teach the Steel Garrote a lesson they will...
Show them that the living lands will not be broken across Vodka's knee.
We will send reinforcements to help you reclaim the Eastern Gate. From there, work your way to the main plaza. May all the gods of Eora and the living lands protect you.
Let's take back the city together. Show the Steel Garrote how the living lands takes care of its own.
Time to stop the Steel Garrote. Lead the way, Envoy.
Can't sleep? We're going into battle for your Emperor. Indeed. When a godlike fights in battle, the Adirans will doubt your loyalty. This is the first time you were... All we ask in return. From what I understand, you're ambassador for a politician like him. When he promises you the world... I'm glad we... You have an If you ever feel your... Excellent. The Imperial Court taught you well. If there's anything you've been done... Unfortunately... Now, let... You, Really? Well, aren't you the No harm done, of course. Besides, a little nap is good. That's all I have to teach you. You know me. In truth, I've been thinking about the Inquisitor. A Death Guard clings to their existence by force of will. Stubborn, Ludwig is held together by faith. Faith is the foundation of her reality. Faith in the righteousness. But according to her faith, Sapadal should not exist. By that logic, you shouldn't exist either. Yes, but she's weaker than she knows. If not in... You are the godlike of a heretical god. A country... Can you imagine how much she needs you to die? Who knows? Maybe, or maybe not. Whatever happens. Thanks for talking.
Well, we're doing this. Are you okay? Really? Thinking back on all we went to the guard. We both learned the oh dear. I'm sure I just let you think. And that's skipping to the end. I mean, think about you helped the Animancers get back. You even saved Nakukubel. Second only to my library. Who would have thought I'd be here? Oh, truly. Thank you. As weird as you are, Envoy, I'm glad we're here. Now, well, let's... How can I... Always a pleasure.
I can't...
The ogre has been an absolute menace to the Steel Garrote. I mean good, if anyone deserves to be menaced. But keep your voice down, will you? I don't want him to realize I'm here or anything. Oh, it's you again. Do you follow trouble around, or what are you doing here? Look, there's a difference between taking care of... No offense to Parrot. I plan to. Well, seems like you're busy, and good luck, Envoy.
Weapon ready.
That's done? Who's hungry?
Hello, you guys!
We make a good squad.
Foolishness.
This shall be a bloody...
I'll hang back and watch the gate.
Right there. Get
Show me what
What was that?
I'm with you.
No, you don't.
Enemy at your back.
envoy over here. What exactly do you think you're...
Liviana? Don't you...
You nearly died in my clinic. Correction, you did. What have you got to say for yourself? Well, at least you're alive. Kai, is...
Come on. I couldn't have kept her out of...
I knew you were a bad... We're patching up folks as best we can, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat... Yeah, I can't say I... Wait a second. Jada? Jada Castell?
Surviving. It's good to see you. Do you need anything?
Once this is over, I could always use another pair of...
Thank you, but I've decided that... Can you manage without...
Are you kidding? Besides, I've got Chico on bandage duty. I just want... Gods be with you on...
Come on. You know this. You practiced with Uncle King. Bow 100 times. Tight? Not too tight. You don't want to cut off the blood flow.
I can take care of the Kaza on
That was a close one.
Wodeca demands your submission. Stand against her and fall.
That's Ludwig ahead. Lead on. I'm with you to the end.
There you are.
So, you survived the garden. Did you come all this way just to try your luck again? So you say.
I can't wait to...
Silence, child. Yet look around, envoy. Heelguard should have listened. He failed.
Her order wields sharp steel.
You can tell Wodeca yourself once we've sent you back to the wheel.
Don't insult my intelligence or my commitment to the cause. Treaties can be burned. The hands which shook over whatever deal you struck can be lopped off at the wrist. As for you, Sapadal's chains are broken, which means your soul. I don't know how deeply you've been compromised, envoy. That's what they want Steel yourself, envoy. Make this a...
We would not welcome her death. There is still ample shade for her beneath our tree.
If my theory is correct, the righteousness of the old gods is no longer certain. And for one of your kind, uncertainty is a death sentence.
Interesting theory.
My parents died in the name of research. If I'm...
Then we'll see. Farewell.
There's no coming back this time.
Let's finish this.
Once I'm your god of plague!
We are every seed in the soil. We will always grow.
Prepare. No force.
then wrong! Worse than wrong!
Wherever Ludwine is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done. But we're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it. Together.
Gods, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
Unraveled at last. We no longer feel her wire against our flesh. We are free always. We are free forever.
Silence falls over Paradis, as though the city is holding its breath. Then you hear it, the ringing of a distant bell, the waving of banners, and cheers of victory. After a short and bloody conflict, the dust has finally begun to settle. You feel Sapadal close to your thoughts, stirring with interest. The god of the living lands is observing this moment, unfettered by confusion or fear. For the first time in centuries, they understand. The Paradis militia rallies to you, the outsider who defended them in their hour of need. Whatever happens next, you have won their confidence. You take a moment to reflect on the calm. Not so long ago, you arrived at these shores on a simple errand, which turned out to be anything but simple. The dream scourge is over, and the island has been cleansed of plague. A time of healing and mourning follows. People look to you for answers about the source of the affliction. You tell them the truth, how the plague came from a power beyond mortal understanding, and how it is finally at peace. Thanks to you, the living lands has escaped Adiran oppression. The free settlements unite under a common banner and begin the fraught process of negotiating new traditions and values. The Empire withdraws. The frontier remains wild, but not for long. Fugitives no more. The rebels of Paradis return to their home and to other free settlements, bringing their skills and secrets wherever needed. For once, they have a future. The Oracle Sargamus emerges from the Temple of Aethys unburdened by any purpose but for the one you gave him. He makes the long voyage to the Deadfire Archipelago and travels in the footsteps of his god, giving aid and comfort to those wronged by Aethys where he can. When his energy flags, he recalls the compassion you extended him, and he returns to his work with renewed devotion. His new labors cannot fill the hole left by his god's passing from the world, but they give him succor during the long hours of the night. He dies alone in the Deerwood, beloved of no one, but remembered by all he knew. He does not forget you. The refugees of Emerald Stair resettle in Thirdborn, bringing their skills and research to aid the local community. What starts as an uneasy partnership blossoms into a bond of trust. Through shared adversity, they find common ground. The ashes of Fior Messiverno continue to smolder. Scavengers avoid the ruins, fearful of spirits unleashed by animancy gone awry. The once promising city is nothing but a cautionary tale. For the people of Shatterscarp, independence is bittersweet. Those who cannot withstand the grief inflicted by Ringgrim's spell leave the settlements, vanishing into the wilderness. Those who remain find themselves forced to cooperate with others, often begrudgingly. With so many dead, the need to stave off hunger outweighs any distaste for certain trading partners. Solace Keep clings to its long-held isolation at first, but after mourning her friend Kostya, Mihala reluctantly deigns to open the doors of the fortress. Some dwarves greet newcomers with glee. Others still mutter darkly about outsiders. Mihala flounders in her earliest negotiations with the rest of the living lands, but slowly learns compromise. She develops a taste for Valian sweets. When Kai returns to Thirdborn, he's no longer running. He finds a town that's been diminished by struggle, conflict, and tragedy. He finds home. He helps repair Thirdborn's walls and train its defenders, carrying on Tama's legacy. And while his labors do not restore all that was lost, they build something new. With his travels alongside the envoy complete, Marius is left directionless once again. Rather than disappearing into his cups, however, Marius leans on his time among his companions to give him the strength to re-enter society and find comfort in civilization. He establishes a route between Paradis and Thirdborn, guiding travelers between the two in return for money and supplies. And while he has a reputation for being aloof, he joins the campfires from time to time, sharing stories of his time with the envoy that most travelers believe are completely made up. Giada continues to improve as an animancer. She dedicates her work to the spiritual health of the living lands, nurturing instead of exploiting. Others follow her example, seeking her tutelage from lands far and wide. In the years to come, rumors spread of a secret society gathering in the wilderness, where animancers work in harmony with nature. The dream of Fior Messiverno lives on in her. No longer under the threat of imminent death, Yatsley returns to the animancers. Reunited with her beloved Quilici, she helps him and the animancers as they put their lives together after the attack on Fior Messiverno. Eventually, She even has something nice to say to Vidaro. As the days pass in contentment and relative peace, Yardsley is struck by the persistent feeling that something is missing. Though she still devotes herself to her studies of both the arcane and the godless, the restlessness never goes away. Freed from torment for the first time in centuries, Sopadal turns their prodigious curiosity to the people that shaped them. They observe the ways their people live, and they think deeply about what they see. Though they flinch away from moments of violence, and they grieve souls returned to them too soon, the rage that once shook cities to rubble no longer rules them. Instead, they come to you with questions. They want to understand. After a time, they begin tentatively to garden. Where they can, they improve the lives of Kith, and the suffering that troubled them is reduced, if never fully eradicated. Their grief compels them to love, and they love unreservedly, with the power of a god. Sopadal pours a fragment of their power into the statue they claimed from the temple of Aethys. Newly embodied, they roam the living lands and learn to experience the world as Kith do. Their first attempts at locomotion are clumsy, and a stand of innocent trees is violently returned to the wheel. But as their confidence grows, so does their grace. Soon, they are bounding across the plains of eastern Dawnshore, leaping the river gorge in Emerald Stair, scaling the shark's teeth of Shatterscarp, and fearlessly wading into the Tusk's acid sea. When they break, they come to you to put them back together, and in time, they learn to fix themselves. They wander far afield. You see less of them, but they are never far from your thoughts. And on the rare occasion they return, they always bring you something beautiful and strange. The sounds of celebration pull you out of reverie. Many are waiting to greet you with open arms. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.